So we tested it at Cedar Creek Tuesday night before redemption, 4 days. We made about 6 passes. I only got 4 on video. We'll go through here and look, and I'll show you the logs of 1, 2, 5, and 6. The other 2 in the middle don't really matter. 1 and 2 are important. 5 and 6 are important. The difference here is we turn the clicks in the front shocks down from like 10, which we run at Denton for radio prep, to probably like 4 to get down this track. It was super slick, the slickest track I've ever been down, and that made the biggest difference. In 5 and 6, we'll show you some traction control stuff. 5 was the only one I made a pretty full pass on. They're all low boost. You'll see in the logs here in a minute as we get into the details. Okay, so that's run 1. You can see it didn't do very well. It spun, and when I was talking about the clicks and the shocks, right now we run 10 on the rebound, 10 on the compression in the rear, and at Denton, to go fast, we run 10 on the compression and 10 on the rebound in the front. And we had that here in the first video, the first 2 runs. We turned the rebound in the front down from 10 to about 4 later, and you'll see the difference. In the log here, we left on about 7 pounds and 4,500, and you can see the white line here, VSS 1, is the rear, and the blue line is the front wheel, and then this red line is traction control when it notices slip. You can see that this is spinning pretty good here, and I let out, you can see in the video, and it was pretty well an aborted pass. So the front end's still too tight. We had 10-10 on compression and rebound. You can see it might have done just a hair better. Let's look and see how much boost we left on here. About 5 pounds, which is nearly wastegate. I doubt there was any air in the tank, and you can see the white line here is well out. And another thing to note is the traction control doesn't start monitoring slip until the front wheel reads 20 miles an hour. So if you spin out of the hole, it's not going to do very much for you. You kind of need to have your initial hit pretty well dialed in. So this is the last of the bad ones, and in between this, we turn the clicks down in the front. We turn the rebound down to about 4, and you'll see the difference in the next video. So this video, I was able to go all the way down the track, full throttle. Didn't leave on very much boost. Still wastegate in about, looks like 4,300. It had a little spin here at the hitch, you can see, but it caught up. And if you watch the video, you can see that the front is extending now, and holding the rear wheel down. That's the click. That's the rebound, letting the front end come up easy like that. And that's what got us down this track, and that was the biggest difference. Here you can see the shift right here at this peak, and then this is the timing in yellow. You can see these dips correspond to the slip time and the traction control. So traction control did kick in here. You can see some ripples in the white where it was spinning, and traction control caught it, and you can hear the wheels squealing just a little bit in the video. And the traction control settings are not very aggressive on this run. Later at redemption, I'll show you in the logs, we turn the traction control's timing pull up way more aggressively, and it does a lot better. I didn't really do a lot of traction control stuff here. The biggest thing I learned in this test session was the rebound in the front plays such an important part of it. And you can see here I pulled it all the way through. It didn't make but 16 pounds and crossed the highest RPM point was 5,600. In this video, we turned up the the boost a little bit. We went 4,500 and it looks like 8 pounds, and you can see in the video that it hooked and it went down the track. It got a little bit spinny out here. You can see the slip time hitting here, and you can see the timing being pulled pretty aggressively. So knowing that the hit worked well, I went ahead and just let out. That was the best launch that we got out of the deal. And there are no times Cedar Creek charged $20 to get in and run down the track with the clocks off. If you wanted a clocks, it was an extra $100, and we didn't feel like that we needed that, because we could tell, we knew how much we wanted to leave on, and if we could leave on that amount of boost, then we knew that we could get down the track. So probably a crap 60 foot, but it was definitely a learning experience seeing the rebound work so well for the shocks and letting us get down the track. So those are our Cedar Creek test passes. I did some testing before that the previous week at Yellow Belly, just smashing it hard out of the hole. And then Yellow Belly has like a washboard wavy section after the finish line, so you can't really run it that hard because my car starts skipping when I jam on the brakes and I hit that. And I'm scared I'm going to hit the hay bale. So we tested it real hard out of the hole, and Yellow Belly was hooking Thursday, so that was cool. And then we did the Cedar Creek stuff Tuesday, and the Thursday before Redemption, I did some more traction control setting changes, some little tweaks that I talked about in the background video up on 1565, and just making some high gear rolls and letting traction control grab it. And that's really about it. We'll talk about what settings I put in for the first round of Redemption in the first round video, so go check that out.